So, hello everybody. Today I want to do something slightly different. As you know, I've been playing the first three adventures of the Lord of the Rings, the LCG, and I thought I would give you a little bit of an impression of where the road has taken us so far. So we started out in Thranduil's realm, that is the so-called Woodland realm. We travelled down and through Mirkwood, possibly passing by Rosgobel, although we didn't really go there. Then we took a journey along the Anduin, past the Gladden Fields, until we came to Dol Guldur, where we were kidnapped, as you may know, and we tried to escape and failed. And next up, we will be hunting for Gollum. Now, according to the description of this particular part of the journey, it would take us again to the Anduin River. The Misty Mountains would also be a place where we would be hunting for Gollum. So probably in this area here, between the Old Ford, the River Anduin, and Lorien. Possibly also on the western bank. Sorry, on the eastern bank of the Anduin, the Great River. So basically, this is where we will be hunting for Gollum, in this area here. And I'm really looking forward to playing this. And I thought I would show you this a little bit, because I have to say that in this particular game, in general, they have taken quite a lot of pain to represent Middle-earth, and they've also captured things that you don't necessarily remember from the books, or at least I don't remember. For example, I never realized that where the Snowborn Scout comes from. I had no idea what that was and why they were called this, until I realized the Snowborn is actually a river, and I found it in this atlas here. So let's see if I can actually show it to you. Page 137. And the river Snowborn is up here and north of Edoras. So this is where the river Snowborn actually runs. And I'd never heard of this before. I also have to say that I maybe didn't pay as much attention to some of the maps in the actual Lord of the Rings. But it's quite interesting to see how many even smaller details they have put into the Lord of the Rings, the LCG. And for those of you who are wondering what book I'm looking at here, it's called The Atlas of Middle-earth, and this is, of course, Edoras, and here we've got Methuseldhe up here, the Golden Hall, and it was written by Karin Wynne Fonstad in the 1990s, actually. She's a cartographer, and she has created atlases for plenty of fantasy worlds. So, for example, for the Dragonlance world and the Forgotten Realms world, which are, of course, Dungeons and Dragons. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm going to play through the LCG, I will, whenever it's possible, actually show you a couple of the places where all of this is happening. So, for example, there is one called the Dead Marshes. Now, this would be up here. Don't know if you can see this. The Dead Marshes are up here. You've got North Ithilien down here, Minas Tirith, and of course Mordor here to the east. So I think they're doing a really good job also in giving you this idea of you're really traveling as you're playing the first, the Mirkwood cycle, you're really traveling in the Mirkwood area. And I think this gives an additional depth to the game that the casual gamer may not be aware of, or the people who are really interested in, you know, the deck building aspect of it. I'm interested in the deck building aspect of it, but I'm also interested in the fact that this game represents the Lord of the Rings, or actually Middle Earth, because it doesn't necessarily at this moment in time represent the Lord of the Rings at all, because the Mirkwood cycle, of course, happens before the Lord of the Rings, the book. Okay, so that's all from me. Just a little bit of a, you know, some background information, and talk to you soon. Bye.